It's technically not a feature of the Buick Envista. Transmission hold, brake hold. If you do not have the adaptive cruise control system, you will not be able to do this hack. Here in drive, release the brake pedal. And of course, I'm moving forward. Activate adaptive cruise control. The adaptive cruise control has been activated. Release my foot from the brake. And as we see here now, the vehicle is not moving. All right, what's up? So we are out and about today. We are here to talk again about the 2024 Buick Envista, going over a couple of tips and or tricks. First off, there's lots of safety features here in the Buick Envista, right? You got the forward collision alert, you got the forward braking, you got the pedestrian braking, a lot of automatic and a lot of passive systems to help keep you safe. Sometimes they are a little bit annoying. Sounds great on paper, but there are definitely situations where you don't necessarily want those alerts. Bumper to bumper traffic, that thing can sometimes set that forward collision alert, and to a certain extent the automatic braking when you really don't want it to go off. Particularly for me at least, the forward collision alert. So if the vehicle feels that you're about to hit someone, it's going to flash, 4, 5, 6 red lights at you, and if it feels that you're not taking these steps to stop, it will do what it can to stop you. I've never experienced that portion myself, but I have experienced the forward collision alert quite a bit. It comes on very frequently when I'm switching out of adaptive cruise control mode, when I'm coming into a line of traffic, or just getting off the freeway or on the off ramp, stopping, behind a car, hit the brake, adaptive cruise control's off. It thinks I'm too close, so it that thing. But you can turn off that system, and my understanding is that once it's turned off, it will no longer beep at you, and it will no longer intervene if it feels you're not stopping quick enough. Here's how you do that. So it is going to be here in your menu system on the dashboard. So you're going to want to hit the home button. Then you're going to want to go down here to settings. In settings, you have system vehicle apps. You're going to want to go to vehicle. We want collision/detection systems. And here, this is where you can go to turn off that automatic braking system, front pedestrian braking. So as we see here, it has a description here. Vehicle will alert and automatically brake to reduce severity of a crash. Turn that off. And then you can do the same thing with the automatic emergency braking. I'm gonna go here, gonna turn it off. We get a message here that the system is off. Doesn't give us an alert if it's just the alert system. Forward collision system reduced, because I only have the alert. So you can kind of customize it to better suit your needs. It's your car, customize it how you want it. So this next tip/feature, it's something that's not specifically mentioned in the Buick Envista manual. It's technically not a feature of the Buick Envista. I was able to mimic a feature that this car technically does not have that other vehicles do. So what feature am I talking about? I'm talking about, I believe they call it transmission hold or brake hold in Hondas and other vehicles. So what hold does is you're driving along, you come to a stop light. So normal vehicle, you're gonna press the brake, gonna hold the brake, light turns green, release the brake, you go. In Honda vehicles, they have a button called hold or brake hold, transmission hold, something like that. When that feature is activated, and then Subarus have it too, can't remember what it's called there, but when that feature is activated, you do the same thing. You come to a stop, but with those vehicles, you can take your foot off of the brake and your vehicle will continue to be stopped. It will be held. It's gonna hold the brake on. And it's a really convenient feature in those cars because you literally stop, let go. Vehicle's not going to move until you intervene. Now here in the 2024 Buick Envista, this vehicle does not technically have that feature. However, you can get a very similar result by utilizing the adaptive cruise control system. If you do not have the adaptive cruise control system as a feature on your vehicle, you will not be able to do this. I guess you could say it's a hack. I'm gonna turn on the adaptive cruise control and I'm gonna show you how this thing works. All right, here we are. I'm gonna shift to drive. As you can see, I'm here in drive. Parking brake is off. My foot is on the pedal. I'm gonna release the brake pedal. And of course, I'm moving forward. I brought the vehicle to a stop. So now I'm going to activate the adaptive cruise control. Now we see here the adaptive cruise control has been activated. We have the green 15 here. Foot is on the brake. I'm going to release my foot from the brake. And as we see here now, the vehicle is not moving. So really what it's done is it's acted as if the adaptive cruise control was the system that brought the vehicle to a stop. The adaptive cruise control in this vehicle is very powerful, and it can handle stop and go traffic, whether it be in the city as long as the vehicle's in front of you, or on the freeway in bumper to bumper traffic. But now that I'm sitting here, I want to go. What do? Well, I can deactivate the system in two ways. I could hit the cancel button here on the steering wheel, or I can just simply tap the brake, or I can even just hit the gas pedal. Now, one caveat is, because this is not a true brake/transmission hold, your adaptive cruise control is on. So if you don't deactivate the system, you will be active in adaptive cruise control at 50 miles an hour. That's not necessarily the safest situation if you're driving here in the city. My recommendation is to deactivate the system. So you just hit the cancel button, or you can hit the brake. So for instance, I'm going to hit the cancel button right here, and I'm starting to move. I'm going to do this again. I'm going to, vehicle is brought to a stop. I'm going to activate the adaptive cruise control. If it's on the brake, if it's off the brake. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just tap the brake. And we are on the go again. Just go ahead and back this up. Hold it again. Like I said, it's not in the manual, but I think I was just messing around one day during traffic and said, I wonder what happens if I do this, and this is what happens when I do it. It, for the most part, mimics that whole brake/transmission hold. I don't know if it's brake hold, transmission hold, whatever the Hondas or the Subarus call it, but yeah. It is a very convenient feature. So I did say it's not technically in the manual. I looked at the manual. There is some verbiage that states that this is the way this does operate, but it's not worded in a way that says that it's a feature. It just says that if you activate it says like something along the lines of, if you activate the adaptive cruise control, it will hold it at a stop or something like that. But it doesn't state it as like hold feature, activate your cruise control. It's very interesting why they didn't do that. My suspect is, it's another feature that they would like to add as an official feature to add to the cost. Of course, they got to make money, right? But yeah, that is the hold feature for the 2024 Buick Envista, the unofficial transmission/brake hold on the 2024 Buick Envista. Yeah, it's a very, very, very convenient feature. I use it in the drive-through, use it at the stoplight. It is so nice. The biggest difference between this system and the way it works on, say, a Honda or a Subaru Crosstrek is those systems are automatic. If you have the feature activated, all you got to do is bring the vehicle to stop, and it's going to hold it automatically. We have to manually intervene to turn on the hold. So, but it's become kind of second nature to me, at least. Come to a stop, hit down on the left jog wheel, good to go. So that's the brake hold on the 2024 Buick Envista. On the Hondas, I don't know about the Subarus, but on the Hondas, I believe there's a safety feature where if you remove your seatbelt or open the door, I don't know if it's one or the other and or both, the parking brake will engage. So just in case the system itself disengages and releases the brake, you will have your parking brake on, so you're not going to go anywhere. Same thing here, but in this system you have to have, it's both. The seatbelt has to be off and the door open. If I open the door, the system stays on, adaptive cruise control is on. Now if I take my seatbelt off, open the door, it does that forward collision alert, and then it says shift to park before exiting, and then it turns on the parking brake. So good safety feature there. Let me go ahead and show it to you one more time. Adaptive cruise control on, foot is not on the brake. I'm in drive. I don't have my seatbelt on at the moment. So as you saw there, it flashed the six red lights, the same lights that the forward collision alert uses, and then it turned on my parking brake. Right here, turned on the parking brake. It is a safety system just to make sure you don't run yourself over if you have to get out of the car when the adaptive cruise control brake hold is on. Very nice to know that it does have that safety feature. All right, and that's all that there is to, so far as I know, the unofficial brake hold here on the 2024 Buick Envista. All right, and the last thing I kind of want to talk about here on the 2024 Buick Envista, at least for today, Apple CarPlay and the infotainment system. 2024 Buick Envista has the ability to do Apple CarPlay over wireless. A lot of people think it's Bluetooth. It utilizes Bluetooth, but it also requires the Wi-Fi network of the vehicle in order to be able to do what it needs to do. There's quite a bit of data that goes from the phone into the infotainment system, and Bluetooth likely just does not have the bandwidth, or at least the Bluetooth that most cars have just does not have the bandwidth for it. So at least on the Buick Envista, you got to have Wi-Fi activated. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to use wireless CarPlay. So for instance, I'm going to go ahead and turn off my Wi-Fi here. Wi-Fi is off. And if we look here, my Apple CarPlay is no longer an option. I could try to connect to it. My Wi-Fi is off. Now, if I turn the Wi-Fi on, I don't know if that's gonna bug out the system because it's trying to connect. So now that the Wi-Fi is on, I'm gonna go ahead and try to connect again. And as we see here, CarPlay is activated, not wired, and we got this here. Now, obviously, to do this, you're gonna have to connect to the vehicle's Wi-Fi. So you're just gonna hit the Wi-Fi button here on the dashboard, and it's gonna show you the name of your Wi-Fi hotspot from the vehicle, and then it'll have your Wi-Fi password, which you can customize. And then once you set that up here on the dashboard, all you gotta do is go here on your cell phone, go to the Wi-Fi settings, you select whatever the name of the Wi-Fi here in the vehicle is, type in the password, of course, and then you'll connect. And then once you do that, it should automatically connect to the wireless Apple CarPlay. But I've also found that sometimes it bugs out and you gotta hit it manually. There's definitely been times where it just doesn't connect and I either have to restart the radio or I have to restart the cell phone. It can be spotty, but when it works great. It does work more often than not. But that is a very important thing to know. At least here in the 2024 Buick Envista, you gotta have the Wi-Fi on, connected to the car's Wi-Fi hotspot. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Just wanted to go over a couple tips and tricks here on the 2024 Buick Envista. And with that, there's some sketchy characters out here. I'm gonna go, but hopefully those tips help you out, showed you something you weren't aware about. And with that, catch you all on the flip.